Good to be here. How's it going, man?
All right, man. Thank you for being here. We know that it is Thursday night football on, but there's no place we would rather be, man. And you're out there, you're rocking it. I'm excited to pick your brain here tonight. And just so you know, because I know you're new to all of this as well, this
Yep.
call is like, this is like the no bullshit zone, right? Anytime you're with me, we're talking. This isn't like a fluff call, right? This is totally unscripted. We want the God honest truth from you. We want to hear honest answers, because other people are on this and other people that are going to see this are going to be dealing with the same things that you're dealing with. So we want them to get the God honest truth. So you agree that no matter what, I'm direct with people. If you need to be, you're going to be direct back. Cool?
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Shooting from
Cool.
the hip, baby.
Cool, man. That's awesome. And just so everybody knows, this is a weekly call that we do. And now that we got this 28-day course and people are going into it, seeing success, plan Thursday nights, same time, same place. We've already got the next guest lined up, but tonight is all about Joe. So that's what we're going to focus on. So Joe, let's dive into this. Before we start talking about merchant services and basically what's been going on in your first week in the business, tell us a little bit about you. Were you in merchant services before? Were you in sales, or kind of just a little, 2-minute bio? What's your background?
Yeah. So, I guess I've always kind of been in sales one way or another. I started a moving company with my brother when I was 19, and the main thing I learned about that experience was just you got to just start, man. You just got to take action. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was a 19-year-old kid, and no one really understood what I was doing. But after 4 years, me and my brother, we got out of the business. We sold it. We had kids. I am a single father of two little girls, so I've always worked for myself. I believe in creating your own schedule. But and then I got into once I got out of the moving industry a couple years ago, I got into storm restoration sales. That's a lot of door knocking, house to house, stuff like that. So just getting out of my comfort zone. Then before that, actually, I did a little bit of over the phone insurance sales. So just done a little bit of everything, and just always been looking for that next opportunity. Never just really been satisfied. And I'm looking for something that is a career, something that I can stick to for a long time. And so I started selling for leaf filter this last year. It's a high-end gutter protection. It's a very hard sale. It's a very expensive product. And I'm sure other people can relate. But I'm not going to lie. And then I found this opportunity on YouTube. I seen Joe on YouTube here and was just looking up residual income opportunities. And that's why I got insurance. I was going to do Medicare, and I found this opportunity. I felt like it's it's inflation proof. I looked into every little aspect of it, just like I'm sure everyone else on this call has looked into it.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a challenging industry, I could see, but anything worthwhile, 99% of people are. It's going to be hard to the point where if other people are scared to do it, if you're scared to do it, so is everyone else. And that's why the top 1%, they're willing to do what the 99% do. And Joe and the guys with them that are at the top there, they're at that level, and I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, man. Well, I think you're in the right place. And that kind of leads into my next question about, you just said how you found us, but what was it about Easy Pay or the course or the videos, or what was it about it? Because we know that there's 1,000 opportunities out there, right? There's 1,000 merchant service companies out there. What was it that made you dive in with us in particular?
Well, it's a lot about culture and a lot about how the company's set up. I did look at a couple other merchants because I was pretty serious about the opportunity. I talked to a couple other companies that were really established and big, and just saw a bunch of bad reviews and stuff, and didn't like the way that it was set up for the customer, 48-month contracts, all these things. And so when I seen Easy Pay, I liked the core model. I liked that it's month to month. It's there's no commitment. The equipment's free, and mostly the culture too, man. I can see people here are hungry. They want to win, and there's a lot of attention too. Like, I can see that this company is right at the point to where it's on the verge of blowing up, and Joe's got something special going here, and I could tell like now is the time to get in with a company like this where you can also grow with the company. They don't already have a million people in place where you're just a nobody.
Yeah.
Joe and Dustin have been in my corner since I started talking to them.
I love that you bring up culture, man, because that's the biggest thing. So people that watch my stuff or people that are in Easy Pay, you know, it's like the first thing we talk about. Like, we're not looking to bring everybody in. We're intentionally not trying to have 1,000 reps. I intentionally create content for a certain personality type because of a culture we're trying to build here. You're new, man, and you fit right into the culture. So rather than them hearing it from me, what would you say the culture is? If you had to label in what you've seen in a short amount of time and you fit right into it, what is the culture?
Hard work, man, and just no excuses. Like, I just got off the phone with Dustin. This guy is an animal, man. He's done like 10 deals this week, and I'm just like, the difference is he's just a grinder, man. You're like, these guys are high level. You guys are, you got to hit it from 9 till 6, like knocking on businesses. And I can just see with the culture, like, these guys are the real deal. Like, you got to go out there and get it. And there is no beating around the bush, man. It's just these guys. They don't sugarcoat it. I thought when I first saw this opportunity, I was like, oh, that's easy. You get to get rid of their bill and all that. And it didn't take but the first day. I didn't have any training yet. I wasn't logged into Joe's app yet. But yeah, I was like, the first day, I was like, wow, you got to really stomach this. But once I got my first deal, I saw how it is just a numbers game, and it is worth the prize once you finally get it.
Yeah, man. So let's let that, you're segmenting perfectly into the general idea and the general direction I'm trying to go. So you jumped on with us. You didn't have the course yet. So you had a day out there without the course. So you have the course now, the 28-day new course?
I do. I think I'm on like day 8, 9, or 10, one of those three.
All right, perfect.
And there's a few things I wish I would have saw before I went out there. But like,
But
I didn't know how to fill out the app the first day, like.
you were on your first day. I get people that come in here, they've been doing this for 4 or 5 months, and you were 1 day without it. So between the 28-day course that you're only on day 8 and the support that you've had versus that day where you didn't know anything, do you feel like in the short amount of time, as soon as you plugged in, do you feel like you've been properly prepared, like for what it actually is, right? Not sugar coated, not all this like technical theories. Do you feel like what you learned and what you're learning at the pace you're learning it has actually prepared you like for the real world when you actually get out there and it becomes real? Do you feel prepared based on as soon as you got into the course and plugged in?
Oh yeah, definitely. And honestly, a lot of the core stuff I saw, I was like, that's true. It was the objections I was hearing. It was, so that's the cool part, is that I got out there, and then when I got through the course, I was like, oh yeah, the first day I didn't pull the app out. Still almost closed a couple people. So it is, you got to be able to go take 20 no's and 20, 15, get the hell out of here. You know, and it's totally worth it though once you get to one that's actually interested in hearing you out. But it can be discouraging. It's not for the weak, man. If you like a challenge, it's definitely the right gig. And I was looking, I had an easy sales gig, man, that could make, that was making 100 grand a year. But
Mhm.
I like the challenge, man. If it's the most challenging thing I've done, honestly. The door to door for roofing sales
Yeah.
was nothing compared to this, but with the tools on the training program, pulling the app out, the first deal I got, I literally pulled the app out and I said, "Here, let me show you." And in my head, I was like, "Holy crap, he's letting me show him." I'm writing down the zeros, and then all of a sudden, I just said, he had a few objections, and then I said, "Are you guys LLC or incorporated?" And all of a sudden, he just started telling me what they were, and we were filling out the app.
Yeah, pretty textbook stuff, right? Now that you're on day 8, you could see that stuff and you were prepared early in there. And to go backwards a little bit, you were full time, you were making money, you've been a great salesman. Obviously, you've always been commission only. You were kind of talking about that earlier, and you dove all in. Why? Why did you just say this is working, but there's something about it that's not working? This is what I'm going to do. What made you make that leap? Because that's a big leap, and a lot of people, not to take your time here, but a lot of people, one of the biggest problems is they're halfway in, or they're maybe a quarter of the way in, right? They got their toe in the door. But we talk about this a lot, and in my videos I talk about just the people that are fully invested in this long term are the ones that make it. Other people might get a little lucky. You dove all in, you're seeing results. So what was it that made you do that? Because that's a big leap, and I give you a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, it was hard because I was making good money. You know, it was anywhere from 2 to 5 grand a week. You know, preset appointments. It was pretty. I almost want to say I got lazy. You know, working that model. But truthfully, I was getting on the phone with Joe and Dustin one night, and they were just, you know, they were just telling me, you know, hey man, like you can do this. Like, you know, you just got to go all in. And I understand now after going out there that if you're attacking this part time or, you know, I'm gonna dip my toes in, you know, it's easy to just get discouraged and be like, yo, this doesn't work. You know, you got to put some time into it. And but yeah, it was that phone call where they just both were like, man, you just got to do this, you just got to commit. And you know, I figured, hey, I'm gonna give it 60 days. You know, and like my goal the first week was like, hey, if I could lock down one deal in my first week, then it'll prove to me that it works.
Yeah.
And I did. I got a couple, possibly, you know, 3 or 4 in the works. You know, I got a guy. The guy that I got, he's got 3 stores, and I went to get the voided check today, and he's like, "Hey, I think we should just get. I'm gonna think about it over the weekend, but I think I want to get the second and third store set up right away too." So yeah, you get momentum, you know, and they're not going to all happen in one day, but once you plant all these seeds and they start coming together, and obviously you learn from your mistakes. You know, I definitely am really bad at checking in with Dustin and Joe. I'm not used. The level of support that is here is like it's like, you know, it's like it's your buddy that's out there with you. Like, you know, I'm really bad. I need to take advantage of the coaching more because it can get discouraging out there. I've had a few times. I'm just being, like you said,
Yeah.
airing it all out. There's been a few times where I've been like mentally paralyzed out there, like paralyzed by fear. There's been a few businesses that I drove up to where I like couldn't get out of the truck and I drove away. You know, and I was like, I remember when I got home, I was like, man,
I
you know, I
just
totally
yeah, man,
wussed out there.
really
Yeah,
blew
I
it
totally
out here.
right. And I was like, you know, and then especially today, you know, I thought I was having a decent week. And I got on the phone with Dustin. I'm like, this guy popped out 10 deals in one week. And it's like, it's because he's hitting 40 businesses a day. You know, he's not stopping. He's not even thinking in between door knocks. And so there's a lot of room to grow though. After one week, man, I learned quite a bit. I know I can improve and put in a lot more work.
Yeah.
And it sounds like I got about, you know, 3 deals in the works.
Yeah.
So
So
but
obviously tonight's about you. I'm gonna give Dustin a little plug because you're bringing it up. He's at 10 deals, and that's 4 days, buddy. And we work 6 days a week, so that's not 10 in a week. That's 10 in 4 days. But let's roll into that level of support that you have, right? Like I'm building this intentionally, where you're not ever gonna call somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. Like when you contact us, you're talking to someone that's built it, that's building it, that's in the pursuit of building it, while also caring and trying to encourage the next generation to do the same. So, you know, you kind of talked about that support, and, you know, you could plug in more. Have you ever felt like you're being babysat here? Or do like talk about the difference between like babysitting and the support that's available to you?
no, yeah, I wouldn't say babysat. You know, no one's, you know, I'm not getting hit up every hour saying like, "What's going on, man? What are you doing? How many of you hit?" You know, like you gotta, you know, if you're not putting in the work, you know, that's on you.
Yeah.
So, but when I have called, somebody has answered. If they didn't answer, you know, I'd call them 2 times in a row, and then they would answer. So, or they'd shoot me a text right away. So the support is definitely there if you want it. If you need, you know, I definitely feel like plugging in will hold you accountable a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so and I have been dealing with my other work. You know, I have a lot of jobs booked with them, so I've been dealing with some installs that have had problems, and so it's been kind of hard juggling both. I don't want to make excuses, but I know that hopefully once I'm really, you know, my jobs are all done from this other company, I can really focus. But yeah, the support is there. Dustin has been awesome. Like he's been really encouraging. Like I remember one night he was like, he's like, dude, I know you can do this. I believe in you more than I think you believe in yourself. You know, and I think that really, you know, really fired me up.
Yeah, no, we do, man. There's a system. The course is designed in a certain way where if you just go out and apply it, you know, it's already proven to work. But you got to do the work. And I asked you that question because, you know, we meet people halfway, right? And I think you just vouch for that. We're not calling. We're not like, hey, why weren't you on this morning's morning meeting? Hey, how many doors have you hit today? We're not here to babysit, right? Like that is the culture. That's part of the culture. The people that are attracted and like what we're doing are the people that are self-responsible. We're going to talk a little bit about that at the very end of this. And that's why I said you meet that criteria. So, you know, if you're not answering the phone, and I know, and we also know and support that you got a couple final jobs to wrap up, collect your final money from them, and then you've got no more distractions and you can just let loose and then see what happens. And we were talking about this earlier because one of the deals that you signed up, they had like 3 other locations, and they're already letting you know, like, hey, we're thinking about it. Why not just do all of them right now? And if you're not out there, you're not going to find it, right? And if you're only halfway doing it, you're only halfway is not 50% results, right? If you're 50% in this business, that does not mean you're going to get 50% of the results. To be quite honest with you, you're most likely not going to make it. This isn't all in or nothing, you know, all in or nothing at all type thing. At least with us, it is. And it sounds like you've picked up on that. And that's why you fit into the culture so well. So let's talk about your big term picture here. What's the big goal for you? Like, what is you know, you hear me all the time, own your life right here, owning your life, time freedom, money freedom, and health. And we all have a different, you know, we're all daydreaming and we're all fantasizing, we're all visualizing what life could be if finances were no longer part of that equation, which is what owning your life is, right? Your life is funded. You can do what you want. So what is your big goal? What's the big picture? What does your life look like when you pull this off? And, you know, why do you feel like we're the vehicle for you to do it with?
I just want to be financially free, man. Just like I'm sure everyone else on this call. I got two girls, 3 and 5 years old, and I want to be able to coach their softball teams. You know, I want to be able to make all their events. You know, I don't want to ever, you know, I had a lot of experiences as a kid where we couldn't do certain things or I couldn't follow certain opportunities as a younger kid because of money and because we didn't have any money. And you know, I want to be financially free, and I want to be able to give too. You know, I want to be able to focus on other things. Obviously, everyone knows that when you're worried about money, you know, your life, obviously life's not about money, but when that stuff's taken care of, you can actually focus on other aspects of your life. So yeah, I'm not trying to do nothing too fancy. You know, I don't need to be a billionaire, but I do want to be financially free. I do want to enjoy what I'm doing, and I want to feel fulfilled. And
Yeah.
I just wasn't feeling that anywhere else. And I think this is the vehicle because you're constantly building towards something. You know, it's not like any other sales gig I've had where you have to keep going out and, you know, eating what you kill. You know, eventually you can kind of, you know, your belly's big and full, and you can kind of kick back the brakes a little bit. And I'm sure, you know, obviously looking at Dustin, once you get to a certain level, you just keep pushing. But you know, I'm just after that 10,000 a month in residual. I mean, if I get to that point, you know, a lot of pressures are taken off, and you could start, you know,
Coast.
really, yeah,
You can,
just
you can
enjoying life. And
you can start coasting, man. And I'm going to rephrase that for you. It's when you get there, right? When you get to that level, because you have everything in you that it takes, right? There's only one person in this whole world that can stop what you just painted, that picture you just painted, from happening. It's so true. And that's one of the things that we're separating ourselves is this is a place where we're encouraging each other. We're building each other up. We're reminding each other it's on you. You believe in yourself, believe in that, because you know, we believe in the people that come through here, but we can't do it for them. But I know for a fact that you and other people that are listening to this call that truly plug in, that truly duplicate, that truly go out there and apply themselves, that don't make excuses, that wake up, put their shoes on the same as everybody else, but beat their mind. And next time I know you're going to get out the truck, right? Because the hardest door is the car door, right? You've been in door-to-door sales for a while. I don't know if you've heard that. The hardest
well, it's
door is the car door. And that's what we're about as part of the culture, is beating the mind and knowing that it's trying to take the easy way out. It's trying to stop you from doing what you know you need to do and what puts you in the highest odds. It's unbelievable. I won't get started on that, but that's what it's about. And I know that you have that. And I know that when you apply it, you are going to hit that 10,000, and you'll see $10,000. Let's me and you, we can go hit the Bahamas. We can go have a good time, take a little vacation, reward you. And then it's on and you're back out there grinding. Because why wouldn't you, right? You're in an industry that you can give yourself a raise every single day. And it blows my mind to this 14 years. I've been doing this 14 years. Every time I talk to someone that's excited about the residual bump, every time I see a residual bump, every time a new person gets a deal, it revigorates me. That's why I love this industry, because you can give yourself a raise every single day. So yes, there's a learning curve. Yes, we can help you with it. Even if you go put in 40, 50, 60 hours a week, it's hard, but where else can you do that? Right? You can do that right here, and you have all the support and everything that you need, man. So I'm so stoked to have you here, man, and to be on the journey with you. I'm going to ask the same question that we finish every single Thursday testimonial call, not just about Easy Pay, not just merchant services, but you have a lot of entrepreneurs from all over the United States that are on this call now and will be listening to it. If you could give one piece of advice to fellow entrepreneurs to just be successful in general, what would that bit of advice be?
I'd be go all in and don't look back, burn the bridges, go all in, and truly be honest with yourself. Like I'm just speaking out loud for myself too. Like today I had to reach back because I'm like, man, when I had that moving company, I would sleep in the back of that truck. I remember there's one period where I slept for 40 days in the back of that truck just because I wanted it so bad. And I realized today, I was like, man, after hearing what Dustin did, I was like, I'm gonna have to get back that grit and that grind that I had. And yeah, I just say go all in and give yourself a fair shot too. Don't just, the first day I was like, yes, this is it, because I felt a little defeated, but I was also like, this is why most people are going to quit. This is why there's room in the market, because most people don't have the guts to get out there and do it. And so I'm excited. You can only go up from here, but I'd say just believe in yourself and go all in.
Awesome, man.
So,
Great advice, man. I'm stoked to have you on board. It's only the beginning, man. You said it. You can only go up from here. So thanks for taking the time to be on tonight's call, sharing your feedback and your story with everybody, man. You're an inspiration to people. I hope people are taking notes. Appreciate you, man. I'll catch up with you in the morning here. I'm going to shut you off, and then I'll wrap up this call. Thanks, Joe.
I appreciate you guys.
Got it, man. All right, so let me move a couple things around here. All right, so that was Joe. Joe's up there in Wisconsin. What an inspirational feedback in the story. And he said a couple of things on there that I could keep pounding on. I love that, he brought up his daughters and his why, and, being on their coaching and being on their teams and things like that was really what motivated him. It's not about like making a ton of money, although that's good. We want to be motivated by money, obviously. But the culture, again, going back to the culture of what we're building here, is it goes beyond just the money. It's what can you do? At the President's Club, Joe, I want to see you hit the President's Club, and I'm going to say, bring your daughters, right? We want a healthy environment. We want a healthy company. We want a healthy culture. We want people raising their kids right. We want to be contributing to the community. It goes far above and beyond just merchant sales around here with us. So, Joe, I'm so happy to have you on the team. And you said something, I'm probably going to make a shirt out of this. Maybe I'm going to owe you some royalties, but he said, it's on you. And that's how we operate here, right? Nobody's waking me up in the morning saying, hey, you got to go make things happen, Joe. Nobody ever has. Nobody ever will. It's on you. It's on you to make this a reality. It's on you to change your life. It's on you to put your family in that position so that you can T-ball on their team if that's what you want to do. It's on you to put the family's finances in a good position so you can reward your spouse with the life that they deserve. It's on you. Whatever it is that you want, you can do it in this industry. You can do it with Easy Pay. You can do it here with us. We would love to have you if you match what we're looking for. And that's what I want to finish this call with is, let me turn this off and go right over to the screen and talk to you. I want to talk to you about what it is that we're looking for. He used this word. He literally used it in his testimonial right across the top. Excuseless is what we're looking for. You want to surround yourself with the brave and bold, the driven and the daring, but most of all, surround yourself with self-responsible entrepreneurs with a burning desire to take ownership of their problems, who take command of their life to build a healthy outcome, with other motivated entrepreneurs who stay hungry and take action towards the destiny of themselves and others around them, especially when those around them lose sight of their greatness, their self. This is about building something special, surrounding yourself with people that are looking to not only help and better themselves, but to help and better small businesses across America, and to help better and increase the lives of each other, and plugging in and supporting each other. But we can only meet people halfway. So if you match those words, if you're thinking, I want to be those things, like who doesn't want to be brave and bold? Like who doesn't want to take ownership of their problems? Who's not hungry? Who's not taking action? If those don't relate with you, we're the wrong company. You don't even need to bother checking us out, okay? But if those are you, that's the culture that we have, and it's only growing and expanding. Then the industry hasn't even seen a glimpse of what's coming here with us. So if that's what you're looking for, if that's who you are, if that's who you want to be, then I invite you to check us out. This new app, we're still in beta. It's on like a 90% discount. I'm not even going to talk about price. I'm not here to sell this to you. I'm here to encourage you to change your life. And if you're struggling in this industry, then you're slowing down the rate at which you can change your life. Because Joe said it, it's not like money fixes problems, but when money's no longer a problem, I promise you, you have time to focus on the things that matter. This 28-day course, if you are looking to increase your sales, or you're new into the industry and you just want to start on the fast track, you heard from Joe, 1 day without anything. He said, man, I wish I would have saw that before I even wasted a day. I know some of you on this call have been doing this for months. This may be the thing that takes you to the next level. We may be the company that can help you out. Okay, so if you're interested in that, there's the coaching.easydirectsales.com, or just pick up your cell phone right now, go to the App Store and download the Easy Merchant Sales Training app. Okay, this is the very first merchant sales training app that exists ever in this industry. We've got a community back there. We've got tracking features back there. Obviously, we've got content as far as the course. And if you're not buying something, go back there, download it, and watch the welcome videos and get a glimpse into our world and what we're doing and what we're looking for. Maybe you resonate with it, maybe you don't, but at least you'll know. So go download that, check it out if that's something that you want to do. And I'm going to finish with a little video here. I'm really happy that you guys showed up. I appreciate you. And I am here to serve and help you guys however I can. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, believe that this is the greatest industry that exists. I know for a fact that we're building something special that the industry has never seen before. And we're building a group and a tribe of people that are going to take their life to the next level. This vehicle is nothing more than that. It's a vehicle. We want to help you get into high gear, get it going as fast as you possibly can, but only if you're the right person, only if you're willing to put in the work. I'm going to finish on this screen or on this video right here. Have a great night, everybody. Pull your app, pull your phone out, go download the app. Easy Merchant Sales Training. It costs you nothing to download it. Go check it out, and we'll see you guys at the top. I want to work with you. I want you as a business partner if you're ready to take your business to the next level. I am committed to doing whatever I can to help you grow your payment processing business. I am committed to helping change people's lives. If you don't want that thriving life, if you don't want a thriving business, if you don't want healthy relationships, if you don't want a healthy life, if you don't want to be on adventures, my shit ain't for you. But if you do, I'm as committed to you as you are committed to yourself. Get on the inside if you're committed. If not, don't fucking plug in with me. If you are, let's get to the next level. Gotta go find my seat. See you at the top.